We have a big problem. Well, better said, I have a big problem. So we're now back here on the road here in Sofia, and we have quite a long day in front of us, as we are today going to make our way to the Khem Dam, which is the biggest dam in the Balkans and in Bulgaria. And I'm quite interested about that. Sadly today I have some bad news. We have a big problem. Well, better said, I have a big problem. But first, let's talk a bit about how my time in Sofia was. I gladly benefited from your guys' help for the channel. Svetoslav, a subscriber of mine, gave me a Yamaha MT-09 to review, and what a fun bike, and really crazy that I got the chance to ride such a powerful machine. And Dimitir, another subscriber of mine, let me ride his Yamaha FZ6. And I hope that you guys both liked these two videos. And Dimitir, actually, when he first wrote me about the Yamaha FZ6, he mentioned that he can build a switch for the ABS system of my Interceptor, because Royal Enfield doesn't offer that. And when I tried to ask a dealership if it's okay if I build something like that into it and if we will manage to get it through the German TÜV, everyone said no. So Dimitir helped me to basically get something like that installed here on the bike that I can definitely use as long as I don't have to get the roadworthiness inspected of the bike. And it's very easy to take off and put on. We're starting off this episode with some motorcycle maintenance because Dimitri, who let me review his Yamaha FZ6, built a little contraption that could make it possible to disable the ABS. So we're going to install that now. Let's go. So this is the fuse and switch that we will install for the ABS, and this is what will get into the ABS socket. Those are like cables of the TV, right?
Yeah, old PC, but...
Yeah, old PC cables, and this is a self-built little switch by Dimitri. So yeah, let's go. So we now removed the fuse box over here, and our plan is to...
It has a little tab that needs to be pressed.
Yeah, and our plan is to layer the cable through here and then replace this 15 ampere fuse. To get a good view at it, yeah, this one. And then the cables go through here, we'll drill a hole, and yeah, that's the rough plan. The main goal is to kind of keep the fuse hidden. We now drilled a hole into the fuse box that allows us to lay this cable that Dimitri has in his hand through the hole, while also the roadworthiness inspection in Germany not seeing that I have this system on my bike and I can just take it off before the inspection. So Dimitri is now feeding these cables through the holes that he drilled, and really cool, he came up with this idea and that's really impressive. So, and now the plan is to plug them into the sockets that normally would go for the 15 ampere fuse.
To anybody who may say that these wires are actually thin, keep in mind we have a fuse here first. Second, this is 1.5 millimeters squared. So we should have a lot of time before the wires actually melt. Main issue may be actually electrical connection within the posts, because we're not using an actual fuse, but we can always jam in something here, something plastic, let's say, that will help bridge the gap and keep these things away from each other. And even if they short, it's fine, because we'll have ABS. The issue is when we stop having ABS, but that's what we want actually.
Yeah. Now we did it. This is now.
Hide the switch.
Now we need to just hide the switch from cohesion, rain, and yeah. So I would say let's ride the bike and see if everything runs, and then let's hide the switch. So let's do a road test. So the little road test is successful, and we will now isolate this little switch with electrical tape.
It's a good idea to jam something plastic between these two to keep them separated, just so they don't vibrate out. The German viewers will be extra annoyed.
Yeah, the German viewers will not like this.
And they will report you directly to, because you know what you did.
But I mean, if it works, it works.
Is it really a stupid idea?
Yeah.
Let's get rid of you. This is just so I can snake the cable behind here so it doesn't interfere with the attachment for the side panel. And also I need to bring the fuse to a place where we can service it.
I mean, you can put it under here, and then when you need to service it, you can pull on it a little bit. That could work. Let's do that, I would say. So Dimitri is lifting the tank slightly so that we can apply this one and put it over here, and then we can zip tie it. I can hold it if you want.
It's fine.
Okay.
Just little electrical tape, because here we have just a little bit of showing. I'm certain this is plus, and it shouldn't touch really ground, so let's just tape it off. To be sure, I mean, this is nowhere water resistant, and you can just rip it out, cut the zip tie, and nobody will ever know.
Also, I think it's a great inspiration for proper installation later on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like a good first thing.
Attempt.
Like I don't yet have the engineering mind for this kind of stuff, so amazing.
Find a really nice water resistant switch that you can then attach to the dashboard somewhere. It will be basically factory.
Yeah.
Here, Royal Enfield may actually want to buy this as a patent.
Yeah, why not?
Can you actually pick this up just a bit? Yeah. So I can fish my fingers through there. Oh yeah, I'm just done. It will be.
I mean, this looks good.
Ish.
Yeah, you did it. Great.
Yay, I can do stuff.
So that's really, really cool. I right now have to pass these cars as it's just too hot to stand behind them, because we're having 38 degrees here. And here you're having a gorgeous look at the skyline of Sofia. So currently here getting going more in the mountain area of this beautiful town. Yeah, let's talk about the big problem that I'm having. I planned this trip, and I planned how I basically can leave the bike in between, go back home to work, and then continue the trip. And all of that was already scheduled, and how I take my vacation days and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, and yesterday I woke up to a text message that I got fired. Yeah, fuck. That makes this now a really difficult situation, and it's not just a difficult situation, it's also something that I'm fucking tired of. To a degree, the YouTube channel is causing that, because companies want you to be very passionate for them, and I work in social media marketing, and my YouTube channel is basically like my dossier, like that shows that I know what I'm doing. And of course, it also shows that I'm passionate about what I'm doing, which then in return means that I have other passions beside my job, which is something that can sometimes lead to some issues already in a job search, especially when it comes to motorbikes, and also especially with keeping your job. Yeah, so I sooner or later have to get this YouTube channel completely going, because as long as I cannot completely live of it, I will continue to regularly get fired, which means basically no financial security and no job security, as this has now happened to me the second time in the last 5 months. It is this time it's luckily not that bad. It's a bit backhanded during vacation, at the end of vacation, when you consumed all like the money for your vacation. But I'm still getting one paycheck, which is good, because last time I got fired, before that I didn't got paid again, stopped working, and then after confronting my boss about that on a Christmas party, got fired on Christmas Day. That was how my Christmas last year looked like, and basically living without money for 4 months and not being able to find a new job without being prepared for it was very fun, and I wouldn't have made it without the help of my parents. And yeah, now we're in this shit again out of a job, and it's a bit something that's also a problem with working in social media marketing, because people think, oh yeah, we need social media, then they maybe realize, oh well, we actually don't need social media because it takes forever to actually have an increase in revenue through it, or you build them a system that is to a degree so good that they then fire you because they don't need you anymore, which kind of could have been the case in my case, because I implemented an AI system that allowed me to take this vacation here now, because everything is running on autopilot. Yeah, and apparently it runs pretty well on autopilot without me as well. Fuck. So this pretty much throws quite a wrench in the gears, as I wanted to leave the motorbike behind to then earn money back home to come back and continue the trip. But then I need to, of course, reschedule the vacation plans with my new job then, and they probably won't like me taking a vacation like right out of the gate. So yeah, fuck. I have a lot of overviews, and this basically shows what a joke job security is for younger people, because the amount of times that I have heard from people around me and that I've experienced it myself, that people are just getting fired for basically cost-saving reasons, and that with the culture of unpaid internships and all that stuff, like, because if I wouldn't have this YouTube channel, I would be busy all the time doing unpaid internships to prove to people that I can do social media stuff. Yeah, and I need to see how my YouTube channel will continue without me being able to pay for it at the moment. So yeah.
Hand tricks, so I ignored my good intention. Called that number anyway. The doctor on the line said she in that day. Dr. Juice, Sister Squeeze, Dr. Juice, Sister Squeeze.
So the road here is getting worse and worse, which means we will now disable the ABS with this little switch right here. I hope you guys can see it. Me and Dimitir came up with, well, mostly him, but yeah, let's go. Let's press the switch. And now the ABS should be disabled. As you see, the road here is getting wilder and wilder. But the road here is still mostly asphalt, which I guess it's... Whoa! It's going to change. What is that? Also some left behind ghost village here. Okay, it says private road. But at the end of the day, this is the way to the dam. So apparently this already has been some kind of dam that we just went along. Ooh, it goes down there quite steep. Even though the road is still like asphalt, it's very, very bad. We earlier saw that this is a private road, and this is basically what you feel how well it is maintained. Probably because no state rule is like applying here. You see, it's still all asphalt, but it's so incredibly bad that it would get at some points pretty rough to do with a car. Also, I'm a bit worried because this is a road along a mountain range, and we will be going up all the way up to 2,300 meters. You can see it just goes down there. So I'm to a degree a bit worried about the integrity of the road, as you sometimes see like little bits of it just like having fallen down. But the views here driving through this forest, all of this is very beautiful actually. Boy, and it's going up so steep here. And you basically still have all the leaves from fall and everything here on the road just decomposing. I mean, wow, look at this. You can look all the way into the valley. If the pollution wouldn't be that bad. It's crazy how little you can see because of pollution. That's something that's very noticeable about the Balkans. It really feels like someone just turned down the rendering distance. It's crazy how bumpy this is right here. Sometimes it's hard to see if it's even still asphalt or already just gravel. I mean, what even is that? I mean, look at this. Ooh, I feel the funny feeling in my ears from going higher and higher. So there's even a little river crossing the road here. And ooh, there's some cows. Oh, those cows just like super actively live here. Wild. Whoa! You cannot believe how steep this road is here, by the way. We're just going up and up and up. And we can really thank the bit of asphalt that we have here. With just gravel, this would be a lot worse. At least we have some proper rock on rubber grip here. Wow, this goes up forever and so steep. Okay, let's get up, let's get up, let's get up. Ugh. Okay, I feel like my Interceptor is slowly developing a clutch issue. I think the clutch could be wearing out or something, because it always requires quite a lot of revs to get the bike going, and then the clutch comes on like super late, and I don't think that was like that in the beginning. That must have slowly developed. I would have recognized that earlier, and there were a few moments where I was like, ooh, what's going on? Wow. Let's not look too much at the landscape so we don't drive off this road. Slow stop and turn around. Wow. That's how high we are. We don't have it far anymore to the tree line. Let's go. It's now getting very curvy up this mountain, the last bit. Wow, what a crazy waterfall over there. That's wild. Oh, I have to look at that I don't slip backward. You can hear that thing all the way up from the river running between, from the river running next to the road. This is absolutely unbelievable. Unbelievable. Wow, it's this steep as a turn. This is some very incredible landscape right here. Just wow. I mean, isn't this view unbelievable? You can see the very little town in the valley. And we just went all along this road. And the waterfall even continues there. Okay, let's go. We're now going over the little waterfall we've been seeing over and over again here. That's where it continues down. Crazy. So many holes in the street. The last bit, no asphalt anymore. It's crazy, we have 38 degrees and we can still see snow. Must take a crazy amount of time here to melt. Ooh, and I think we made it. Here's the dam. Wow. We actually did it. We actually did it. Nice. Let's park our machine right next to the BMW GS's right here. Okay, perfect moment for a little water break. So we now made it to the Khem Dam, which is the highest dam on the Balkan Peninsula, and this is how it looks. It looks quite wild. We have over 36 degrees here and we still have snow laying around, which is pretty crazy. Sadly we don't have that much of a view into the valley. You can roughly see the outline of where the ground is, but because of pollution we cannot see that far. So yeah, but all in all it's incredibly beautiful here. And here we have the source of the water here that's running down here and then into the lake, and yeah, probably the whole rest of the water is from the melted snow. So let's get back down this mountain, which will be quite tricky with how steep it is, but let's go. You guys are probably wondering why I'm going this slow, but the thing is it's very steep here. Just as an example, you see my fuel meter, right? My fuel meter should be on find a gas station soon. And instead the thing is on half full because it's going downhill so much. And now it's evening out a bit. Which also can be caused by us not having a huge consumption to a degree, but not that far that like the thing saying, yeah, fuel please now, to half full. So we almost made it back to the road. It's not far anymore, and we made it back to the proper road. So let's switch on the ABS again. Thank you to Dimitri for developing this little switch. It definitely is very helpful. Yeah, and the ABS also works again. So let's make our way to the next gas station to get fuel and figure out where to go. So I've just gotten myself an ice cream and a lemonade because it's so incredibly hot. And I think we will now try to get as close as possible to Greece with the rest of the time we have today. I don't think we're going to completely make it, but we can try, and then we can find a place to stay.
Quiet down just a minute. Settle down and have another one. Cause you're tired of the game that remains until you're undone. I hit the wall to the limit. I start over like you've just begun. I didn't lie to you because I never knew you. Only time will tell, only time will tell. It won't be over, it's never over. Now I let my feelings in. It won't be over, it's never over. Now I let myself be.
So as you can see, we are about to cross the border into Greece. Oh, the border control looks surprisingly intense for in a European Union.
Hold on and let me finish.
Was quite a lot of border checking, didn't expect that. But one thing that's pretty wild about this side of Europe is if you go to like France or Spain, you basically never find anyone who speaks German. Well, in France still, like sometimes on the countryside mostly, but like here I've been literally using my mother tongue more than I've been using English. It's like I walked up to the border control spot, and both officers were absolutely super fluent in German, and it was so wild walking up to the border post, and they already saw my license plate and they were like, guten Tag, and I was like, oh, what the fuck, where did I now end up? But that was actually wild that it was instantly like, also it was not just like fluent in German, it was also like socialite wise fluent. It was a wild experience. It just felt like being in Hamburg for a second. So I already booked a place here in Greece that's supposed to be close. So let's go. So Greece so far seems to be quite dry, but I'm curious how the next few days will be in Greece, and I'll be now checking into a hostel, and yeah, hopefully it's all good. We'll edit one of my videos. Yeah, to be honest, losing my job today was kind of a downer. I'm okay with losing my job in a way, you know, it's like, it's part of life, it will happen to everyone at some point. It's just a way of how it happened and how it's done, and how it's like, whenever something like this happens, it always happens in a similar way. Feels like the company you then work for tries to avoid the uncomfortable situation as much as possible, and through that makes it just even shittier. Because if someone would have told me this at the beginning of my vacation, it would have been a lot easier to structure my finances accordingly. Instead, it's just like, here, congratulations, get fucked. And that's always kind of a bit backhanded, I feel like. I mean, at least I still get the 1 month of pay That's good. That's good. Otherwise, would be full on catastrophe now. And of course, the main thing that's grinding me down is that it happened twice in the span of half a year. That's pretty rough, because it makes it very hard to plan and to trust also your own plans for the future, because I need to replan a lot of stuff now. But on all, it will be fine. I'll be sending some emails and try if I find something else. And maybe it even opens up some opportunities. Maybe I can, I don't know. I will definitely be making videos at home as well. And maybe they perform like very well and I managed to build a plane while free falling or something. That would be cool. Maybe it's also a chance for the YouTube channel. So let's go. That's a cool looking scooter. Would you guys be interested in me reviewing something like this also? Because sometimes I get the itch for this. So sorry for the bad quality. I have to film with very little light because the electricity doesn't work. Yeah, but apart from that, I have quite a nice room with a bed. And I'll now try to get some food. And the guy who works at the hotel reception explained to me that they used to get a lot of tourists about like 35 years ago from Wuppertal, especially here in this little village in Macedonia. Yeah, that's why so many people here speak German. I hope you liked this episode and feel free to like and subscribe. And if you want to support the channel, feel free to check out the links in the description. See you soon. And I am right now actually going to look for some Greek food here because I had barely any salad and barely any vegetables the last few weeks in the Balkans because the salad culture was not really the greatest. And now finally Greek food, still a lot of meat, but at least it's probably going to be pretty nice. So let's get some Greek food. So I was sadly disappointed by the Greek food, but I talked to the hotel manager and apparently a fuse was out. So we now have electricity. Sadly, in the room next to me, there's a bunch of people who are annoyingly loud, and yeah, this will be a tough one.